This is the one thing that Christians do not like talking about when it comes to following God. The cost. The cost from where you are to where you're supposed to be is massive. It is a huge gap and a huge divide that few people actually fulfill what God's called them to do. One of my favorite people all throughout Christian history, her name is Catherine Kuhlman. And from studying her life and to see the impact that she's made worldwide, one of the greatest moments of her life came from this one realization. This is when she thought that she was completely disqualified. This is when she thought that there was nobody there to help her. This is when she was at the most vulnerable point of her life. She was desired to be used by God. She had big dreams and big ambitions to do something great for the kingdom. She had a desire. She had a fervent prayer life. She had a strong devotional life with God and was already in full-time ministry. But it wasn't until her divorce that led her broken, that led her outcasted by the Christian church. Because I want you to picture this with me. In the mid-1900s, you're a woman, which means people look at you funny when you say you're trying to lead a church or you're trying to lead a group of men. The church didn't accept many women pastors and leaders. When she approached her Christian denomination, say, hey, I feel the call of God on my life to go out and to pastor. They sent her to what's known as the preacher's graveyard. They sent her to the place where others went before her time that absolutely failed. They sent her to the most spiritually dead place, hoping that she was going to quit and that she was going to fail. But to their surprise, she grew that church. God used her mightily in that area. Miracles, signs, and wonders were birthed. And they came to the realization that there must be a call of God on her life. And then she hit that low point. Because as a divorced woman, it's not acceptable for you to even preach. It's not acceptable to lead a congregation. That where she went, people would have her meetings canceled. They would completely exile her. But you still had a strong passion just to serve God. And you can actually watch this clip on YouTube where she goes, I can tell you the day.
If you really want to know the price, if you really want to know the price, I'll tell you. It'll cost you everything. Catherine Kuhlman died a long time ago. I know the day, I know the hour, I can go to the spot where Catherine Kuhlman died.
I can tell you the hour, I could tell you the spot where Catherine Kuhlman died. And it was at that spot where she said she thought enough was enough, where she was at her lowest point, where she said, God, if you can you please use someone like me? And then God used her. God raised her up from the lowest point of her life to the point where there were over 3 million documented miracles that happened just to the duration of her ministry. What it cost her to finish and complete the call that God had on her life was everything. Jesus told us to take up our cross and to follow him. Our cross is our personal responsibility. Along with answering the call, there's going to be people that don't understand you. There's going to be people even in your church that's going to speak about you. Oh, you think you're better than us? There could even be family members, some friends that start to distance themselves because of the path that you have decided to walk. The path might be lonely. The path might be torturous. The path might be a little bit difficult, but it's a path where you're going to find fulfillment. So I want to encourage you. You could be on that journey where you decided to fully accept and fully walk and fully do what God's called you to do. Keep going at it. Don't give up. Understand the cost of it all, but realize the reward is greater than the cost. And I see you being like just the Apostle Paul, where he said, I have ran my race. I have completed my task. All that awaits me is a crown of righteousness. You will do what God's called you to do. You're going to fulfill your task. You're going to fulfill your assignment. And you're not going to look back on your life and wonder, what if? What if I would have prayed more? What if I would have sacrificed and fasted? What if I would have spent more time in my word? What if I went to Bible college? What if I opened up that church? What if I opened up that business? What if I wholeheartedly decided to serve in my church? Do what God's called you to do. Walk that path, and you will receive a reward. And when you're walking on the path, God is going to send encouragers. God is going to send destiny helpers. God is going to send people to lift you up. And he's going to show himself over and over and over again, reminding you of his goodness. Jesus said, whoever gives up mother, father, properties, or anything for my sake and for the advancement of the gospel, they shall receive now in this life 100-fold. You're on your way to seeing a reward, and I cannot wait to hear the breakthrough. I love you. So go out, go do what God's called you to do. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.
The choice that you make can shake the world for God. If I can have just one of you make the same choice that I made, just one of you, and that can be the most unlikely person in this place, just one of you, if what I have said in very my soul will help you to make that choice,